The Bridgewater Triangle phenomenon. In the heart of southeastern Massachusetts, there is a place where the air feels heavier, where the nights fall faster, and where the silence stretches just a little too long. Locals whisper its name only when pressed. Researchers approach it with caution, and those who have ventured into it after dark rarely come back unchanged. This place is known as the Bridgewater Triangle, a 200 square mile zone of swamps, forests, abandoned farmland, and ancient Native American lands. A region suffocated by centuries of unexplained encounters. Tonight, we will walk calmly into the mist of this land and explore the Bridgewater Triangle phenomenon. Through stories whispered for generations, and evidence most people refuse to look at closely. Slow down. Breathe. And let the darkness of Massachusetts settle around you. This is not just a documentary. This is a journey into one of America's most disturbing true horror regions. The land that breathes. The Bridgewater Triangle is bordered by Abington, Freetown, and Rehoboth. But the shape isn't perfect. And neither is the energy. For centuries, the place has been known for ancient curses, paranormal activity, mysterious disappearances, and creatures that defy any natural explanation. Historians often point to the Hockomock Swamp, a place the Wampanoag tribe once called the place where spirits dwell. And when you hear the wind dragging itself over the stagnant water, you begin to understand why. Even from a scientific standpoint, the swamp behaves strangely. Light refracts unnaturally. Compass needles go wild. Animals avoid certain pockets with instinctive terror. People who stand at the center of Hockomock Swamp often describe the same sensation. Like something is breathing beneath the mud. We begin there. The ghostly lights. For decades, mysterious ghost lights have drifted across the swamp at night. They aren't headlights. They aren't lanterns. They aren't reflections. Eyewitnesses include police officers, hunters, hikers, and researchers. People trained not to panic. These glowing spheres of white, blue, or orange light float low over the water, moving purposely, as if following unseen pathways. One ranger described them as silent, intelligent, and aware of me. Some lights respond to sound. Others dart away as if startled. But the most unsettling is the type that drifts toward people, stopping just a few feet away, hovering without any sign of a source or structure. Scientists suggested swamp gas. But swamp gas does not move against the wind. It does not follow individuals. And it certainly does not pulse. As if alive. These ghost lights remain one of the most frequently reported phenomena in the region. But they are not the only thing that stalks the triangle at night. The creatures of the triangle. The Bridgewater Triangle has become a magnet for cryptid encounters. And the accounts are chillingly consistent. The winged creature of 1971. In 1971, a police officer driving outside Easton saw something massive blocking the road. At first, he thought it was a large bird. Then it turned around. Glowing eyes. A wingspan wider than his patrol car. A body covered in dark, leathery skin. As the creature launched itself into the air, The officer felt the entire cruiser vibrate. He later described it as a pterodactyl, alive and real. Similar encounters happened again in 1976 and 1980. Always in the same region. Always at night. The black dogs. Across the triangle, enormous black dogs with red eyes have been spotted by hikers and farmers. These dogs appear silently. Watch from a distance. Then vanish without footprints. Many locals believe they are omens. Others think they guard something ancient. The hairy man of Hockomock. Long before Bigfoot became a national fascination, the Wampanoag told stories of a tall, hairy creature that moved through the swamps like a ghost. Modern witnesses say it stands 8 feet tall, with glowing amber eyes, and a deep, bone-shaking growl. Researchers have recorded strange howls echoing through the woods. Calls that do not match any known animal in Massachusetts. Whatever walks through those trees, it is not human. The abductions in the sky. Since the late 1960s, the Bridgewater Triangle has been a center of UFO activity. Hundreds of reports. Unusual lights. Blocked engines. And unexplained memory loss. One of the most chilling cases occurred in 1979. When 2 teenage boys driving through the woods saw a massive triangular craft hovering silently above the treetops. It made no sound. It had no exhaust. And yet the car's radio cut out, followed by the headlights. The boys lost 30 minutes of time that night. To this day, neither can remember what happened. Many UFO researchers believe the triangle is a crossing point. A place where the atmosphere is thin. Where energy bends. Where sightings intensify. But here, they are more aggressive. More personal. The curse of the Freetown Fall River forest. If the Hockomock Swamp is the heart of the triangle, the Freetown Fall River State Forest is the bleeding wound. Here, nature feels corrupted. Trails twist into shapes that make no sense. Old stone structures appear where they shouldn't. And the forest absorbs sound, creating an eerie muffling effect. As if swallowing your voice. Strange rituals. For decades, police have discovered ritual sites within the forest. Circles of stones. Animal remains. Symbols carved into trees long before the modern age. The most disturbing incident occurred in the late 1970s. When several young men claimed to have encountered a group wearing animal masks, standing silently among the trees, completely motionless. The disappearance of Mary Lou Arruda. One of the region's darkest tragedies unfolded in 1978. When 15-year-old Mary Lou Arruda vanished near the forest. Her body was later found tied to a tree deep inside. To this day, locals avoid discussing it. But her disappearance cemented the forest's reputation as a place of malevolent energy, where the living are not alone, and the dead are not quiet. Shapeshifters and the shadow people. One of the most persistent legends within the triangle involves shadowy humanoid figures that appear suddenly, stand still, and vanish without movement. These aren't ghosts. Ghosts are pale, translucent, soft. Shadow people are dark, dense, silent. Several hikers have reported seeing them along the tree line. Tall silhouettes with elongated limbs that seem to tilt their heads, as if studying intruders. But the most terrifying stories involve shapeshifters. Creatures that take the form of animals, then shift into something else entirely. A hunter in the 1990s claimed he saw a deer standing on its hind legs, its neck twisting too far, its jaw opening in a way no animal jaw should. He dropped his rifle and ran until he collapsed. When police found him, he was shaking uncontrollably. He never hunted again. The Whispering Woods. Deep within the forest, people report hearing voices calling their names. Not yelling. Not whispering. Just calm. Human. Gentle. As if someone they know is standing just behind the trees. Psychologists call it auditory hallucination. But the voices often match the tone and pitch of loved ones, even if those loved ones are miles away or dead. One man searching for his lost dog claimed the woods called his name repeatedly, in the voice of his late father. He described the sound as warm, familiar, and deeply wrong. The missing time episodes. One of the most baffling phenomena in the triangle is the frequency of time slips. People walk into the woods and lose hours, sometimes minutes, sometimes entire nights. A group of friends hiking through Hockomock Swamp reported walking for what felt like 20 minutes. When they returned to their car, their phones said 3 hours had passed. They remembered nothing. Some believe the triangle is a geological anomaly, a place where magnetic fields distort perception. Others believe the land itself refuses to let go of those who enter. What is the Bridgewater Triangle? So what is this region? A cursed land? A supernatural hotspot? A magnetic anomaly? A thin place where dimensions collide? Or something even older? Native legends say the triangle is a place where battles between tribal spirits took place for centuries. European settlers believed the land was haunted long before they arrived. Scientists acknowledge the region's electromagnetic irregularities, and modern investigators continue documenting multiple phenomena: ghosts, UFOs, cryptids, time slips, and dark rituals, all in the same geographic pocket. Most mysteries have one culprit, but the Bridgewater Triangle feels like many doors opening at once. And when too many doors open, something eventually slips through. The Bridgewater Triangle remains unsolved, untamed, unexplained. Whether you believe in curses or coincidences, in spirits or science, in legends or logic, the triangle does not depend on belief. It simply exists, waiting, watching, breathing. If you ever travel to southeastern Massachusetts, and you find yourself near the edge of a long dark swamp, listen carefully. You may hear the water shift. You may see a shadow pause behind a tree. You may feel the ground hum quietly beneath your feet. And you will know you are inside the Bridgewater Triangle.